and welcome to Sex with Charlie and Nina. Roll the theme tune.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of Sex with Charlie and Nina. Have you missed us?
I bet they have.
Of course they have.
They've been begging for it, haven't they, for a
Yes.
while?
Yeah.
And here we are. And you might be wondering where the beautiful Stuart Whiffin is.
Yes, we've gone solo, even though there's two of us, but we've gone solo. We've broken up with Stu. It was a very traumatic breakup, wasn't it?
It was messy. He wanted all his stuff back, all the fancy gifts that he bought us.
Yeah, we had to go through the record collection, split that up again. That was really
The worst
traumatic.
bit was when we had to cut the cat in half. So, but here we are.
But here we are, and, you know, we're on talking terms with Stu again now, aren't we?
Yeah, we've made up.
Yeah, no, we are only joking. We love Stu. We love Stu, even though he treated us like his mistress podcast. But, you know, we're on our own.
What have you been up to whilst we haven't been recording?
Well, we've had a lot going on, haven't we?
We have.
And so's everyone else. It's been Christmas since before the last time we spoke. And, I mean, probably one of the most exciting things that I think happened over the Christmas period was us being in Cunt and the Gang's Christmas #1 music video.
Yes, yeah. Boris Johnson is still a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see the backs of our heads. I mean, quite a bit.
I think there's a little tiny bit where my arm gets in the frame as well.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. They're really good guys.
Oh, they're lovely. Absolutely lovely. It was great. It was a good day, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was great, all that build-up and that, like... Well, I mean, I streamed it on that last day, like, 48 hours.
Yeah, he's absolutely smashed it, though, hasn't he? He's like... They did, like, a listenathon or something like that the other day.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's still going now, even though it's after Christmas.
Oh, is it?
Because, I mean, Boris Johnson is still a fucking cunt, and sadly, he's still got all the power, which is very dangerous.
His reign of buffoonery continues.
But let's not get pelicable.
Pelican.
Let's not get political.
No, let's not. Well, I struggle to remember what I've done over the Christmas period up until now. But one of my birds did sadly die. So if you can hear a lack of tweet in this, it's one, because we're recording at Hellfire, and two, because I've got one less bird. It's quite sad, isn't it? I know.
That is really sad. Are you going to get another one?
Absolutely fucking not. They're a nightmare. So I got them because I thought they'd be like less desperate and lonely than getting cats for a spinster like me, but it turns out there's so much work and I can't.
Yeah, they're very delicate as well.
Yeah. So except one of them who's not delicate at all. So
no, the one that you pan-fried.
The one that I pan-fried and lives to tell another tale.
Yes, so for anyone that hasn't listened to Two Girls, One Shop, Nina's bird jumped into her frying pan when she was cooking bacon in it and coated himself in bacon grease, and it was...
And I thought for sure he was going to die, but he didn't, and here he is.
Killing other birds.
Killing other birds, yeah. Well, the death of Beetlejuice was quite suspicious. I feel like he probably was murdered. I don't think it was natural causes.
Yeah, no, I feel like he probably...
Klaus is like that, so... Yeah. What about you? Anything exciting happened to you since we last...
We're jumping straight into that, are we?
Well, I mean, I feel like we should.
Okay, I feel a bit uncomfortable saying this because there's no door on the door. So anyone could be out there listening, even though this is being recorded and putting out there for people to listen to.
Well, no one will listen to it, so that's okay.
Well, on Christmas Eve, I had a little fling, a little one-night fling.
Well, someone's got to. I'm glad someone's having sex out of us.
I had sex once, but you know, that's reset the timer. So now I can't say I haven't had sex for 737 years because
yeah,
I now have.
It's more recent than that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really random.
Can we like insert some sort of applause noise?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, get that in there. Ben and Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've had this one night of passion, one night of random drunken, don't really know how it happened, but it happened, passion, which was great for me. Probably not for him, but it was great for me. And yeah, in the heat of the moment, the subject of contraception never came up.
As it really does.
As it rarely does, because normal adults that have sex regularly already preconceived that. But as I wasn't planning on it happening, I was kind of caught off guard. Yeah. But I thought, you know what, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, it's fine. The morning after pill, expensive as it is there for a reason, and it's for things like this.
Yeah.
However,
it being Christmas Eve, the next day being Christmas Day, how readily available?
All chemists are shut on Christmas Day. Anyone that's as reckless as me, please buy this in advance. Or what you could do is, as like a little hustle at Christmas, just buy a few and then put them on Facebook Marketplace, double the price. That is profit.
Absolutely genius, that is, isn't it?
I know.
But I never really thought about like buying it in advance. But imagine the absolute relief when you like go to the bathroom and you're like, oh, thank God I bought like 20 packets of Plan B.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't have that many opportunities, but just imagine the relief of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you were planning in advance contraception, then it wouldn't be emergency contraception, would it?
No.
You'd buy condoms or like...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'm not overly knowledgeable about contraception.
Well, I've been educating myself recently.
Okay.
Not that I need to because I'm not having sex, but I've been doing a little bit of like diving in. And weirdly, after you told me about this, I got like a recommended ad for like some sort of health page. It was like, if you take 3 of the normal contraceptive pills, it's got the same amount of ingredients as the morning after pill. And weirdly, I do have loads of packets of that, just that I haven't used in my house. So
you could just sell them by the free.
Yeah, I could.
People
I could.
Up the price.
Yeah.
At Christmas.
Just walk along with like one of those Macs, you know, like the guys used to have like watches in. Instead, I'll have like packets of Cerazette. Is it called Cerazette?
Yeah, one of them's. I think that's the bad one.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's the bad one that I couldn't have.
It is what it is. Do you want this baby or not?
Give me 200 of them.
Well, there's a massive like. When I thought more into it, I just can't believe that there's like so much stigma attached to getting the morning after pill, because they proper fucking put you through it, don't they? Like, look at you like, oh, you absolute trash bag. But they're quite happy just dishing out contraceptive pills, which is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. But, you know, especially me as well, as a fully grown adult woman, I should know better. I should know better. And also, let's not put it all on my shoulders. There was another person there that didn't think about contraception either.
No.
So before you judge...
Yeah.
Don't, because...
Stop giving women a hard time when they're like, please, can you give me the morning after pill?
Yeah.
Men should be happy to be dragged along just out of like, well, if you're going to be like shamed, like in Game of Thrones, shame!
Oh, yeah, it felt like
the
that.
Men should have to tag as well.
Especially as on Christmas Day, I shamefully drove from chemist to chemist, every single one of them shut. for an hour, but every single one that I went to that was shut, more and more panic set in. So it was like, okay, that one's shut, that's fine, try the next one. Drove to the next one. Okay, that was shut, and it kind of just built up. And then I gave up after an hour because I had to go to my sister's for Christmas dinner. So I just sat there a complete and utter shell of myself because I'd obviously had a couple of glasses of wine the night before as well.
Oh God, hungover, full of shame, and with
semen.
a ticking time.
Full of semen and full of shame.
Yeah.
Well, a baby's like manifesting itself in my womb. It wasn't one of my favourite Christmases. Definitely wasn't the worst one. But I mean, it wasn't great. And then I don't know if anyone remembers, but Christmas Day was actually on a Saturday. So the next day was Sunday. All the chemists were shut. Still. Yeah. I didn't spend an hour driving around this time. I went to one and I just thought, I can't do this to myself. I can't do this to myself again. But luckily, because I shit myself, because the Monday was a bank holiday, because Christmas being on a Saturday.
It just gets worse and worse and worse.
I know, I proper shit myself. Yeah. But it was open on a Monday, and that is where the real funny stuff started happening. I got up at the crack of dawn, and I was standing outside Sainsbury's, waiting for Lloyd's Pharmacy to open, like probably about 3 hours before it was due to open.
Pacing up and down.
Yeah, just like let me in like a zombie, just like stuck to the window. Yeah. And when I walked in, there was some other customers in there already, and there was this guy that was like flapping about, worse than me, right? Flapping about, come up to me and he went, "Oh, you don't know where the eggs are, do you?" Eggs.
Eggs.
Of all the things he could want.
Irony.
So I'm like, I know where's a fucking fertilised egg, mate.
Yeah. Fucking. But you
what
don't
part of me looks like I know where the fucking eggs are?
Were you wearing an orange t-shirt, absolutely beside yourself, racked with shame, pacing up and down, biting your nails to an absolute nub?
Yeah, with my Sainsbury's worker vest on. Fucking dickhead. Oh, someone that works here. I don't even look like posh enough to be shopping in Sainsbury's anyway. I'm quite clearly out of desperation.
No. And why are you so desperate for eggs as well? Like, who's ever been like, absolutely...
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of an egg. He's trying to get eggs. We're both desperate. You just can't make this stuff up. So anyway, I've gone to the counter. The Lloyd's Pharmacy counter, and the woman is like, "Fill this form out."
What's the form say? What does the form say?
The form is like, "Have you had sex within the last 24 hours?" And
what are you there for? Why are they asking that question?
Well, because they want to know if it's gone over, how many? 5 days.
Oh, okay.
Because if it's 5 days, then it ain't going to work. But luckily, it had only been like 2.5.
It had only been 3 days because it was a Saturday, a Sunday, and bank holiday.
Okay, yeah, it might have been 3. I might have ticked the wrong box. Anyway, I didn't care at that point.
Yeah.
Even if it had gone over 5 days, I would have still been like, "Can you just give it to me, please?"
Yeah.
So I'm filling out this form that's like that. It's like tick boxes, and it's like, I don't know, just... I can't even remember what the other questions were. I don't even think I read it. I think I just ticked a load of boxes and was just like, "Give it to me."
Are they designed to like shame you, like the STI tests? Like, have you had sex with more than 3 men anally in the last 5 days? That's what used to get me when you went for the STI checks. Now I do it like at home because it's easy. But
well, it wasn't like, where is the man in this scenario and why isn't he here standing next to you or picking it up for you?
Yeah.
There was no questions
or even going
of
halfsies.
Yeah. Or even offering to pay for it. But there was no question like that on there, because obviously we're dealing in a world where women are shit.
It's your responsibility, yeah.
And men are just you know,
cherubs
that can get away with everything and that shouldn't have to deal with this kind of thing. It should solely be on us. Yeah. So as I'm filling the form out, she turns to the man that's behind me in the queue and goes, "Are you together?" And I've turned around and looked at this guy, and he's just one of the...
It wasn't the egg guy, was it?
It wasn't, no. It was just some absolute wreckhead. Some absolute Southend wreckhead. And I'm just like, turned to her and looked at her, and I just thought, is he with me? Are you off your fucking head?
What was she going to say? Tutter both of you. Why does it matter whether he's with you or not?
I think she was going to serve him.
Oh, okay.
I think she was going to serve him next, but just wanted to check that we went together so she could serve the person behind him. Because obviously when I got there, every fucking cunt in Southend wanted to get there as well. So I had an audience, which was...
Well, obviously, you can't just go about minding your own business.
No.
Can you?
No, not with things like that. So that was like massively insulting, and I just thought this is just a nightmare that never ends. But the saving grace was when she eventually scanned it through the till and gave it to me. She was like, "Oh, it's gone down."
Oh, you got a little deal, did you?
I got a little deal. I got a little Christmas discount.
Oh, nice.
On the emergency contraceptive. And I just thought, fuck's sake, Sheila, just fucking give it to me, will you? I don't care that
you got your nectar card with you.
The fucking thing was like 35 quid down to 33. It's hardly like...
No.
I'm not like, yeah, great.
It's
like,
it's just to soften the blow.
Yeah, I can use that £2 now to go and buy a bottle of water, because that's how much they are in Sainsbury's, and neck the fucking thing immediately, because they just give it to me.
Expensive.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Fucking mad.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but how expensive is a baby?
I mean, they're very, very expensive.
Yeah. So in comparison to that.
I know, but come on, it's Christmas as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no need to comment on a £2 price difference, is there?
No.
Not in that situation. But she was obviously feeling very... like she was trying to make me feel comfortable by being all casual about it.
But she was really uncomfortable. I love it when people do that.
Yeah. Like, this is okay. This is completely normal. This is completely all right for a 35-year-old woman to come in and get the emergency contraceptive pill after recklessly having sex with someone that she probably shouldn't have been having sex with, to be fair, under the influence of alcohol 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But let's just pretend that that's not happening, and you've got yourself a little discount.
Even when you're buying condoms, I've had it in the past when I've gone to buy condoms and I'm quite comfortable with buying condoms, and then they freak out oh my God, she's buying condoms. Would you want to have this conversation with me now, or do you want to have it in 3 days when I'm trying to buy emergency contraception? What would make you feel more comfortable? I don't know why people get so weird. I remember the first time I bought lube. Because there wasn't you wouldn't have gone into a sex shop back in the day. You would have had to go to somewhere like Boots or whatever, Superdrug, and buy KY jelly, which is literally the only fucking lube on the market. And everyone's losing their shit. And then it won't scan. And then they're having to call Brenda. And then it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Why do you feel so uncomfortable about that?
It's so weird, isn't it? I don't know if anyone else has had any experiences with stuff like that, but... I don't know if we're just desensitised to it, because we obviously did work in a sex shop for 15 years, maybe. So I just don't care. People used to nervously be like, "Oh, I want to buy these," and sidely
slip them under the
counter, and you're just okay, that's fine, you can pass them under the counter, but I'm just about to bring them up to the view of everyone else in the shop anyway, because I've got to scan it. I can't, and then I've got to take your money, and you've got to come to the till anyway. So why are you trying to do this?
Yeah,
I've had people be weird about buying it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it's not weird to sell it, because it's just what we sell. But then I like to think
that we were never oh no, he's buying anal lube. Oh no, this is sort of cripplingly uncomfortable for me. Because when it radiates off someone,
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't know if maybe this might make people feel uncomfortable when they're buying anal lube on the sly and we're like, do you want a butt plug to go with that?
Yeah, that could be considered uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or what used to get me as well, when people would buy like sex toys and then you'd offer them like cleaning products for the sex toys so that they don't like get yeast infections or whatever.
Yeah.
And they would freak out about it like it was the most uncomfortable, disgusting thing, that we're going, what about some wipes or some cleansing stuff?
Yeah, like the proper
And that
wash.
was the worst bit for them. Not the buying of the giant dildo, not the buying of the lube, but the cleaning.
Yeah, I mean, we were very concerned with people making sure that they clean their sex toys properly.
Well,
it was massively high up on the agenda for us.
Yeah.
Because it is important, because like you said, that's going inside your body, some of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't think about these things, but I mean, you're not going to like, what cleaning products do you think you're going to use on it to clean it? I assume you will clean it as an afterthought, but what were you planning on using? And people always say baby wipes. And I'm like, no, you can't use baby wipes on it.
Yeah. Do you want to have thrush?
Yeah, do you?
Like, do you?
That was
that's it. It comes as part of the package.
Yeah, that was the sales pitch. Unless you want thrush, please buy these.
And no one's saying
wipes.
yes to thrush, so then they frantically buy all of the wipes, so
Yeah.
they never have to come back again.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Did anything happen after this woman was so uncomfortable?
Well, after she gave me the discount.
Yeah, after she gave me the discount, buy one, get one free.
No, that was kind of that. Obviously, I had two days of excruciating pain as my body just freaking started convulsing from the waist down, not in a good way. Just immense pain, and it was horrible.
Oh, good.
It was a few days of absolute
for the
torture.
price of £32.
Yeah.
You'd have thought it could be so cheap to feel that uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I've gone through all that, and still the man is just getting away with it. They're just getting away with it. Like, not only will they not pay for it, not go and get it, but they also don't have to take it either.
Did you ask for him to pay?
No, of course I didn't. That's embarrassing. He should offer. Why should
he should offer,
say, oh, please, can you pay half? Because I don't need the money. I can pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's the principle of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's fine. Never spoke to him again, so. Except to tell him that baby's no longer
don't worry.
developing. Yeah.
Yeah. And they think they're relieved.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my Christmas. So yeah, so we had Cunt and the Gang.
Yeah.
We had Contraceptive Gate.
Contraception. I'm trying to think what else happened.
Well, we did weirdly after Christmas, like we didn't speak to each other for like a day, by like not on purpose.
No.
But we just happened to not speak to each other on this particular day.
Which is rare, yeah.
And then weirdly, on that day,
oh yeah,
we'd both separately gone to Lakeside
Yeah.
and bumped into each other.
And our interactions when we see each other in the wild are always really awkward, aren't they? Because we're always together. When we see each other in separately, it's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, well, it doesn't ever happen because, like you said, we're always together, so it's really weird to bump in to you.
Yeah, and well, I was
in
up there,
Lakeside of all places. I never go. I hate Lakeside. I never go there.
Neither do I. Never go there, and we never leave Southend, really, do we?
No.
So for us to be in a different place
to anyone that isn't from Essex, Lakeside is a big shopping centre.
Yeah,
that's about. I mean, it's about half an hour, 40 minutes drive.
Yeah, it's like hell. It's hell on earth. Yeah, it's weird because I was up there obviously with Nix, who's heavily pregnant. We were like baby shopping and such. And I was going to ask if you wanted to come, and then I thought, you probably don't. I don't want to go, but I'll go.
Let me have a day off of you.
Let you have a day off, yeah. And you thought exactly the same. You were going to ask me, but then you didn't because you thought, let me have a day off. And then I'm like walking along and I very often do this, like see other women and just think, oh yeah, I like that outfit, I'll recreate that. So like I saw this like statuesque blonde walking towards me with a leather jacket and cool boots. And I thought, oh yeah, she looks great. And then I was thinking, what the fuck? And Nicola went, oh my God, how weird is that? She looks really like Charlie. I was like, that is bloody Charlie. What are you doing here? What the hell?
It was so weird, yeah. And then it was like awkward.
Well, yeah,
because it was like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
It was like you all the questions
How's
that you
the
normally,
family?
yeah, you normally ask someone that you haven't seen, that you bump into, and it's like we know each other, we live in each other's pockets. This is so weird. What do you say?
It's so uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're just like, how's your mum getting on?
Well, we started making excuses, didn't we? We started going, oh, I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
to come, but I just thought you wouldn't want to, and I'm like, I really wanted you to come, but you know, I didn't want to.
It's like being caught doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
it's so weird, isn't it? Like caught red-handed.
Yeah,
and usually really. I'd be like, no, you've got it wrong. That weren't me. Yeah, but obviously I can't do that with you.
No.
But very often in Southend, there's a girl that apparently looks like me. I've never seen her. But on a few occasions, people have said, you're such a fucking rude bitch. Because I said hello and, like, chased you down the street and you just completely ignored me. But it wasn't me.
Well, I see Nina lookalikes all the time. Obviously, I know it's not you. I've never...
Because I'm with you.
Yeah, because you're next to me. I've never mistaken you, like, someone else for being you.
Yeah.
But I see people and I'm like, that's a Nina.
Like with Pilts.
Oh, God,
your brother is the most generic-looking human in the world.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of him.
There's literally hundreds of him.
Yeah.
Like, I even saw, like, a 50-year-old version of him the other day. And me and the kids were proper lolsing our heads off in the car as this, like, 50-year-old Pilts lookalike just walked in front of us. We must have thought we were proper cunts. We just sit there freaking dying.
Just laughing at him. Hello, we're Charlie and Nina from the podcast Sex with Charlie and Nina. This podcast is being recorded and sponsored by Hellfire Creative.
They are the first podcast studio in Essex.
Podcast, video and photography studio.
Situated just 45 minutes from London.
They're offering us a discount code for y'all. So you can get 20% off of use of the podcast, video and photography studio at hellfirestudio.uk using the code SEX.
Easy to remember.
I've got a little story, actually, that was told by my sister. If you've listened to the Two Girls podcast, you'll know she has a horrible dating luck. So I thought I'd like impart this little bit so that I don't have to carry it around with me. So she's gone on a date with this guy.
Mm-hmm. What did he look like?
Her usual type, just sort of like skinny chino type man.
Like an
I don't
Essex.
know what to describe. Like an Essex, yeah, he's an Essex boy. But really, you know, one of those ones that really thinks they're like the cat's pyjamas.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Anyway, so he's very like laddie, and she's like bowled over by this because she absolutely loves a man with a terrible attitude and no respect for women.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, have you dated many people? Like off of this site, I think it was Tinder or Bumble or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, like I went on this date with this girl. And he said, do you want to hear a funny story? So she's like, yeah, obviously. And all of the times that someone has said to me, do you want to hear a funny story? It's never funny. This is not an exception.
Okay. Yeah, no, you do get that, especially from that Essex type lad as well. That's just like, oh yeah, let me tell you a funny story, and they tell you like the story, and you're just sitting there like waiting for the funny bit.
Yeah, and you're like, oh God, was that the punchline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to either fake laugh or just dead stare at them.
Yeah.
Like I do. Be like, oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Awkward.
So he's gone on this like date with this girl, and they've like really massively been into each other. So they're like trying to rip each other's like clothes off in the bloody restaurant or whatever.
This is a separate girl from before, not Sue's.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Sue's, it's the girl from before. So he's like, we've eaten our dinner and I'm driving her, like, back to my place or whatever. And because we can't keep our hands off of each other, we've, like, pulled over in a lay-by and we're like, let's have sex in a field. So...
What?
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine?
Why?
Imagine being like, I can't wait till I get to the comfort of a bed and a warm house. Let's just have sex in a field. And it was dark as well, so it's not like a summer's day and you're having sex in a cornfield like some sort of like period drama.
That doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't sound right to me. I mean, is it one of them or both of them can't go back to their house for some reason, is what I'm getting. He had his girlfriend back at his house. Probably. She lives with her parents, so they had to have sex in a field. Well, yes. That's what I'm hearing there.
Well, I like to read between the lines, and I think that is probably more than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got their own home and is not having sex in a bed?
I don't know. We've been through this. I just can't even fathom it.
Who would want to have sex outside anyway? It's cold.
Yeah.
Even on a summer's day.
There's a breeze, isn't there? Probably says a lot about our age and how adventurous we are. But I'm like, no. I won't even leave my house. So. I
mean, I have had sex outside.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been purposeful. It hasn't been like, I can't keep my hands off of you. No. Let's have sex. Let's pull over in this lay-by. Get out the car as well, because you can have sex in the car.
Yeah. But that's awkward in itself, isn't it?
Just go walking off into a field.
Yeah, in the dark.
In the dark. No, that's murder. That's how people get murdered.
Well, yes, it is how people get murdered. Yeah.
Okay, so they've just both willingly gone with each other.
They've both willingly gone with each other into the dark, which is, oh God, can you just imagine the creatures and stuff around? Anyway. Just the thought of it. Oh, there could be worms on the floor. Anyway, so and he's like very like crudely telling this story to her. It's like not a story of like lust and romance and passion. It's like, I took her into a field and I fucking bent her over. Right?
Oh, God, of course he was.
I know. So he's having sex with her, like doggy style, and then like mid shag. He decides that he needs to go for a shit. Right?
What?
I know. Who's like, hold on, love, I'm just going to have to go for a shit. I don't know who on this planet does things like that, but there is no way, if I'm having sex with someone and they tell me they need to get off and have a shit, that they're coming back to have sex with me. I'm telling you now, there is no fucking way.
This guy's very impulsive, isn't he? He's very impulsive.
The urgency of that. Just be like, sex? No, shit.
Yeah. Quick. The urgency of having sex.
Yeah.
And then the urgency of needing a shit whilst you're having sex.
Yeah. Mate, like, hold it in. It's like, it's 3 minutes. Can you not, like, hold a shit in for 3 minutes?
Well, unless while they were out for dinner, they ate something that they shouldn't have.
But then,
go on.
Yeah. If there is a chance that you might shit yourself in the company of another human being, just go straight home. Give her a peck on the cheek, drop her at the door, go home.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going home, aren't you?
Yeah. There ain't no way. Like, and it's one thing taking a piss outside. It's another thing entirely taking a shit in the dark with no toilet paper or anything around. I mean, I don't go to the toilet anyway, so like outside, so I can't even get my head around that. But this is the decision he's made. So he's left her there, like on all fours, to go and have a shit.
Police tell me she wasn't still on all fours when he got back.
What do you do? Do you like get dressed again only to get undressed? I mean,
if it was me and someone was like, I'm just going to go for a shit in the woods whilst I'm bent over having sex with them, you think that my clothes are going back on and then they're coming back off again. You've got another thing coming. Yeah. That's it. It's done.
There ain't no way. There's no way. Or you just like just sit in the car, or I don't know. I can only assume that this is how it went, because he like, God. So he went for a shit, and then he's come back and started having sex with her again.
Oh my God!
I know.
Why is it?
So that's why I assumed she was still on all fours. But who's like waiting on all fours?
Like you said, with all those like creatures and that crawling around.
I know.
I can't. Why are there women out there that are doing this? Stop doing this to any woman that finds themselves in this position. Please don't. You don't have to do it.
If they ever get off you and say they're going for a shit, please don't see them again. Have boundaries.
Don't go off.
That's a completely acceptable boundary as well.
Don't go off into the woods with a man that you've been on a date with either.
No.
Please.
Yeah.
Wow.
But more importantly, don't stay on all fours while someone's gone off for a shit. Like,
I'm not judging any of you, by the way.
No.
Obviously, I'm not in no position to judge people. I mean, you heard my story earlier. But you don't have to do. Don't feel like you have to do it.
Oh,
don't.
God,
Say no.
Yeah, just say no.
Men actually love it when you say no to them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I find it very effective. They've left me alone thus far. Yeah. So anyway, he's gone for a shit, and he's like wiped himself with like whatever leaves there are to hand. Like like his Bear Grylls as well. Just like that leaf will do.
I mean, now I'm starting to see the...
Is it impressive or is it terrible?
It sounds like quite a nice experience out in nature. But to do that, I don't mean the whole thing. I mean to go and be outside in the woods
and then shit.
Yeah, make like a little hole, have a shit.
I don't think he like dug himself like a... Is it called like a dunny? I don't know, just like a shithole in the floor. I don't think he put that much time and effort into it.
And then cover it up. It's a little bit like back to nature, isn't it? I do quite like having a piss outside when the opportunity presents itself. Not shit, but I have on multiple occasions been that desperate.
Well, anyway, he's gone for a shit. You know that much. He's used whatever like leaves he can utilise, and then pulls his trousers up, or do they even take them down to take a shit? Men are a mystery. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean they don't take them down to have a piss.
No.
I wonder if they've got like a little flap or something back there,
like
a little extra button,
like those onesies that have the little butt on them.
Yep.
Yeah, like in the American cartoons.
Yeah, is there something there? Or you just undo the button and you just don't take your trousers down because
maybe
you're not a toddler.
Maybe the zip goes all the way round. Yeah. So, and then he like sorts himself out and goes back to her, and like presumably she's still there on all fours because there was no way that I'd be getting back down on the ground after I'd got back up again. And he's having sex with her, and he's like putting his hands on her and has his hand round the back of her neck. And he's like, God, I can smell shit, thinking it might be just because you're having sex outside. But the deed was done, and she's got herself up off the floor, sorted herself out, and they've walked back to the car. And as they've got in the car and the lights come on, he's noticed that she's got shit on her neck from him, where he's like wiped his hands with like, or wiped his ass with a leaf, and he's put like shit on her neck.
Oh my God, that is fucking
I know. So all the way home, she was like, "What is that smell?" And he was just said nothing. So he let her sit there with shit on her neck as well.
Oh my God,
the level of disrespect from this man is like unreal.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's telling this story on a date with another woman about how much of a prick he is, basically. And I assume Susie carried on seeing him because
obviously, married
she loves to be disrespected as much as the next woman.
Yeah. So, so he's like dropped her off, and then he decides that he actually quite liked her. So he wanted to see her again. So he'd invited her to the pub with all his friends, and he told this story to all of his friends. And then when she walked in, they were all like, "Oh, you must be shitty neck."
Oh my God.
Isn't that fucking horrible? And all the while he's telling this story on a date.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say.
I know.
Oh, my God. What a horrible, horrible, horrible cunt.
Yeah, he was a horrible cunt. And actually, there's more to this story, but not it. The story with Shitty Neck stops there. Sorry to you if you're Shitty Neck, I don't know your name. So Sue stops seeing him eventually after he does all sorts of random horrible things, because you have to be taught a lesson more than once. And she's ends up on this date with someone else, and everywhere's closed. It was like sort of the I can't even remember. It was when they like brought back all the precautions, so people aren't like allowed anywhere. But like strip clubs are open.
So after lockdown, we came out, and then we went back into it again.
So she's gone to this like strip club with a new date.
What the hell? Who's going on a date to a strip club?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Well, you went on a double date, didn't you, to a strip club? Or was it like strip pub?
Oh, I've been to a strip club, yeah.
Oh, I've been to strip
clubs.
clubs.
It was someone's birthday.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a double date. I thought it was when you went with the creep.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was with him, but it was someone's birthday, and they were in there, and we were meeting them. But they're all very they're very polite in there to women.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They they take £1 off of all the men. It's tragic. They shake their little glass.
Don't. I've been to where you're talking about, and it's horrible. Like the most depressing place on earth.
But the men with the girlfriends haven't got to put £1 in, and I'm like, take 20.
Yeah.
Stop doing this.
Yeah.
You're better than this. You can charge £20 per person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not £1.
A pound in a pint glass. That is an awful place to be. So she's at this strip club, and she's having this date with a guy. And I'm like, they don't serve food there. What sort of date is this? But then you don't really want strip clubs to serve food, I shouldn't think.
Oh my God. What are we talking about here?
Like chips and chicken in a basket.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I want to go now.
Okay.
If it was like a bowl of peanuts or something, then no. But if it's,
oh God,
if it's like a proper meal, then yeah. Okay,
yeah.
fine. Okay, so they've gone to get a meal at a strip club.
Yeah, and so she's in there with this new date who actually she really quite liked. And they're just having a nice little chat, and a strippers come over and just started chatting to him, and just chit chatting. And then this drunk guy approaches the table and leans over it and says, "I want to dance with you," and points at Sue's, right? And she instantly recognises him as the man who told the Shitty Neck story. So he's interrupted their date and gone, "I want to dance with you," knowing full well she's not there working. And the stripper goes, "You're interrupting a first date here. Like, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but she looks like this girl, Susie." Get us out his phone. And she was like, "It's because I am. You know I am."
Oh my God, are there no limits to this guy's
This guy's
mugginess?
40 as well, and you're like,
what?
Have a day off, mate.
He's 40?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking
I know.
God.
If he was 18 and pissed out of his head at a strip club, you'd be like, fine. Well, you wouldn't be fine, but you allow a little bit.
We all do stupid shit when we're 18.
Yeah.
And it's forgivable.
Yeah. So he's like 40, and he's like just an absolute wreckage. So he spoilt their date. He wouldn't leave him alone after that. It was just like a nightmare. And he was like offering to pay for a dance for Susie's date.
Oh my God. I mean, they shouldn't have been there.
Well, no, they shouldn't have been there. But they were.
And
And he shouldn't have been there. It was just the most tragic thing ever.
Whoever this guy is, if you know him.
I can't even remember his name.
If you're listening, mate, you
know who you are, because that story is very specific.
Yeah. What an absolute piece of work. That is rank.
I know. I know. And I just think, like, I've escaped dates reasonably unscathed. Really. No one's ever put shit on my neck.
Well, yeah, no, in comparison, all of my first dates have been
shit
amazing.
Free.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had any encounters with shit in any of my dates.
I'm trying to think.
I've had encounters with shit and strangers.
Oh, well, yeah.
If you listen to Two Girls, One Shop.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1.
People just like shitting everywhere.
Yeah, but that's a separate thing.
Yeah. Well, going off topic, I was just thinking we should probably say that we're going to keep the Two Girls page and make it into...
Yeah, well, let's touch upon Two Girls, One Shop.
Yeah.
The
hit podcast.
The hit comedy podcast, award-winning, BAFTA-nominated podcast, Two Girls, One Shop. It's still available to listen to.
Yeah.
It features a third host, Stu Whiffin, who we were talking about earlier, who has 100 podcasts. We were his best one.
There is no doubt.
There is no doubt. Everyone said it. He hates that, but, you know, it's true. It's true. The truth hurts.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's still on there. You can still listen to it. If you follow us on Instagram, we are keeping the Two Girls, One Shop Instagram page, but we're changing it to the new Sex with Charlie and Nina. So, yeah, don't
leave us, please.
Don't leave us. Don't worry.
We need you.
Please.
Well, we assume that the people that listen to the Two Girls are going to enjoy listening to this. I hope so.
I hope so,
God,
yeah.
Can you imagine if they were just like, we were only in it for Stu?
Oh, they definitely weren't only in it for Stu. I've been told by many a people. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so all of our social medias will be changing over to Sex with Charlie and Nina. We've got merchandise as well, still on SOS Clothing.
Yeah.
.co.uk.
Yeah.
And it's also available on
Buy That
Merch.
Or is it Buy That Merch or Buy Our Merch? Buy That Merch.
Buy That Merch. Anyway, the links will be on our social media, and we'll add the links onto the podcast when we upload it as well.
Yeah. On
the podcast page.
Yeah. And we've got our new clobber as well coming out, which is a very nice, like, retro.
Yeah, we've gone for a 70s retro theme because we love it.
Yeah.
Really, that's the only...
Yeah, that is it. But we're wearing our little jumpers at the moment and they're really comfortable, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. With SOS Clothing and Buy That / might be our merch, .co.uk or .com. Yeah. All of their, like, T-shirts and jumpers are, like, organic and ethically sourced and really... Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're all like real. Yeah, they are. It's a selling point. They should shout about that more.
Yeah,
because when you buy from them,
well,
you know, you're paying for the quality and the fact that people aren't getting killed like they are when you buy like a Primark T-shirt or something. And they are very, very snuggly and soft as well. You can definitely tell.
Oh yeah,
the snuggliness of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm wearing the hoodie right now.
I'm wearing the boxy jumper. It's very nice. This colour is beautiful as well.
Yeah.
It's like a beigey sort of...
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it, actually. Stone?
It was sand.
Oh.
I think it was called sand.
Oh, same thing.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. Go and buy that. Go and buy that. Support us.
Yeah.
Go and follow us on all of our social media, which we can't tell you where they are at the moment because we haven't changed the name over yet, have we?
Oh,
so
no.
we haven't got an app to give you. But if you just type in Sex with Charlie and Nina, it should come up. Also follow Hellfire Creative.
Yes.
on the socials. They've got some really cool like content on there.
They do a bit of everything, don't they?
Yeah, they do a bit of everything. And if you are a podcaster, then their podcast studio is available to hire. Type in our discount code at their checkout,
which was sex.
That's the discount code.
That's the discount code at hellfirestudio.uk. Yeah. Get on that. They've got some good packages, haven't they?
Yeah, they're really good. Really, really good. And they're like great guys as well. So they'll help you out if you... Well, they're massively helping us out.
Yeah. They've been proper decent, haven't they? Yeah. They even made us black coffee.
Yeah, they did.
Most bitterest black coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not Starbucks here, but, you know, coffee's coffee, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not for drinking.
It was served with a smile, so a grimace.
Yeah, regret and dread.
Yeah.
So that's all we got for you today.
We'll just wrap it up, won't we? And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed the first episode, and we'll be back for episode 2
soon. Bye.